Okay, so people are complaining that you can't ripple Hydra missiles. So if we go into DSMS, which isn't modeled correctly, and we go to Profile, we go down to the Maverick pod, we go to View Profile, Ripple Single, and we go 7, so that's the whole pod of Hydras that we want to fire off. We go back to Stat, we select the missiles. Now, we would expect that if you hold down the pickle button, you'd get a volley of 7. Why? Why didn't that work? Well, I don't know, so let's just get rid of all of them. Wait till it loads up again. Now this is the way I use DSMS for all weapons, so that you're guaranteed that whatever you put in works correctly. I mean, in real life it might work, because there's more than one way to, you know, skin a cat, and especially in a machine like this. But the way I do it, that I know works, if we select the weapon, go to Profile, Ripple Pairs, Ripple Single, sorry, 7, that's the full pod, save. Now the weapon's already selected because we've gone into the profile to change it. You would expect that I'd hold down pickle and we'd get the full 7 Hydras. There you go, full 7. Now while we're here, let's talk about a few awesome things. So if we go to function 2, so anyone who's ever tried to land, you would know this is how you get your divert page so that you can find the local airbase. If you go to function 5 on the CDU, you can change your waypoint settings from automatic to manual. So if you set it to manual, if you go over a waypoint, it won't automatically change to the next one. If you leave it to manual, you will need to manually change it. Now this does come in handy if you're trying to take down, you know, 6 or 7 tanks in a specific area. You don't want to have to keep changing your waypoint back every time you go over it, so this can come in handy. Another thing we'll do, and I bet you didn't know this, is if we go to missiles, profile, ripple single, volley of 7, and we go to ccrp mode. Geez, what are you trying to do here? Well, I'll show you. If we change the waypoint back to the supply trucks, and we'll gun it back over here. So it's not really ccrp, it's more of a ccip at a distance.
Altitude.
How can I explain it? Well, I'll show you. It's better than explaining it. So we'll just go over these hills. 30, 20, 10, and we're here. Alright, so I'm just going to set the autopilot. Now we know ccip is calculated, continuously calculated impact point, so it points to where the dots are going to land. So if we have a look here, this little rocket, that's the ccip pipper, and ccrp is continuously calculated release point. For when you're flying over a target, it'll tell you when to release, not where to aim to hit the target. That's your rocket pipper. This line here, when you're in ccrp for Hydra missiles, this little -2 here, that's where you're aiming for with the rocket pipper. So it'll make a bit more sense when we separate the two. See here? That's your little target where you need to aim for, and that's your little where your rockets are going to fire. So this will obviously work if you have a waypoint selected. So we'll go to air to ground mode on the TGP, slave it to the waypoint, zoom in a little bit and we'll see how good it works. Here's a spoiler for you, it doesn't work very well. But if we get the rocket pipper on here, get it as close as possible. Oh, it was a volley as well. I could have just held it down once, but you know, they landed close.
Pull up.
I mean,
Pull
what do
up.
you expect with Hydra rockets anyway?
Altitude. Altitude.
But I bet you didn't know you could launch them in ccrp mode. Thanks for watching.